Grüß Gott, Meister Heinrich.
Bailiff, I'd like to talk to you about your broken clock.
Ah, Master Henry. Word is you fancy your chances at fixing the damned old clock of ours.
That's right.
You're doing good work in town, and your forge is gaining quite a name. Besides, the clock is so broken it could not be any worse. Worth a try, no? So tell me, how do you plan to fix it?
I've got some plans from Master Skoda. He tried to repair it years ago. Supposedly he got quite far.
That is definitely a good start. In any case, I reckon you ought to hear the whole sorry tale first. It might make you wiser. I was barely more than a lad back then, but my father was on the council, so I got a pretty close look through him. One day... mechanism just suddenly stopped. And it has stood still ever since, nearly 30 years now. What I still remember, your guild rather boldly telling my father and the other councillors that there was no need to call in anyone from abroad. They said we would save coin if our own people handled the repairs. But it went as it usually does.
And how is that?
Instead of pulling together, every one of those masters tried to snatch the reward for himself. Master Skoda, Irving Klemmer, Hollander, each one worked on the repairs in his own little corner. No wonder the councillors lost patience and finally sent for the Italians from Padua. Though that did not end well either.
How did it end?
I only know what my father told me. They demanded all the plans and acted like they were the finest masters around. Yes, we'll do it. No trouble at all. They also asked for a fat advance. 2 weeks later, they were boozing through every tavern in the city and lazing about in the bath by day. When the bailiff reminded them they ought to get started on the repair, they almost took offense. But they did get to work. What happened next? Well, Father never liked to talk about it. That much I can tell you. The councillor said the next day they found the clock half looted, the remaining parts strewn about, and the Italians gone, along with the plans. All but one, the youngest of them, a nobleman named Fabrizio de Dondi, had stayed behind with the Burkhar's daughter. His companions most likely forgot him in the rush.
And what happened to him?
Dondi said, or so I heard, told the councillors he knew nothing. He claimed he was only an apprentice. Of course they locked him up. Some wanted to send a letter to Padua right away demanding ransom. But it soon turned out Fabrizio, young as he was, could be very useful to the town. So they let him go.
How useful?
Kuttenberg is a mining town. The councillors are mine officials first and foremost. Not long after they locked him up, they sent Dondi to work in the mines. He spent so long studying the mining machines that he figured out how to improve them. He significantly boosted the miners' output, and they realized you could not just trade away someone that clever like a sack of charcoal. So Fabrizio was granted the freedom, on condition that he stay in the town. And so he's still here to this day. And by the look of it, he is a bit of an odd one. But I'm afraid if you are serious about repairing the clock, Sooner or later you will have to speak with him. The Italians vanished with the plans, so Fabrizio is probably the only one who ever saw the clock in its original state.
Where can I find Fabrizio?
He lives on the upper floor of the second house on Vintner Street, next to the tailor. Though I'm not sure he will speak to you. If you are passing by, try dropping in and see if you can win him over somehow.
So there really aren't any other plans?
No, they took all of them. And they disappeared with them too. I cannot tell, but feel there was something shady about it. Try asking Fabrizio. He does not share much with me.
What about the other repairmen from the guild? You mentioned some names.
Klemmer and Hollander? They will not help you anymore. Both are dead, and their families have long since moved far away.
So, I'll get back to the repairs.
I'm thankful you're trying, Master. I really am. But there is one last thing you need to know. I am not sure that even if you succeed with the repair, we will be able to offer you any reward. The town is exhausted by war. The coffers are empty. You understand.
Surely some sort of reward could be found. There'll be a lot of work. I'll have to talk to a lot of people, go through the details, and it'll cost me something too.
Well, if I am genuinely satisfied with how you handle it all, maybe I will find a little something for you.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Bailiff.
Greetings to you. Did I forget to add salt?
Fabrizio Dondi?
Fabrizio de Dondi. Sono un nobile. I am of noble birth.
I beg your pardon?
Who are you?
Forgive the intrusion. I'm Henry, a master of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild.
And you dress the part, too. Bravo! What is it you need from me?
Bailiff Plumel sent me. I want to try and repair the town clock. And you're the last one who saw it in its original state.
Unfortunately, the bailiff is right about that. Madonna, that was the worst day of my life. Look, I do not like to think back on that time. Honestly, I would rather leave it buried in the past. What even makes you think you can fix the clock and convince the bailiff to trust you?
I recently took over the forge of old Master Skoda and found out he and my father were working on repairing the clock. It was 20 years ago, and it seems they got quite far. I even found their diagrams for the components.
So, if you have the plans, why do you need me?
Because you're the only person in Kuttenberg who saw what the clock looked like back then. The one they were trying to repair based on those plans. And you've made a new life for yourself in this town. A comfortable life. So, maybe you owe it a little something.
You may be right. And I suppose you have plenty more questions. Go on, ask.
Tell me more about that so-called Italian scam. Was it all planned from the start?
Italian scam? Is that what they call it nowadays? In any case, you are asking the wrong man. I honestly believed we were here to repair the clock. Everyone acted like they meant it. The group included seasoned craftsmen, astrologers, master mechanics. Truth be told, I was only there because of my family name. My grandfather, Jacopo, and father Giovanni were great scholars. Physicians, astrologers, and engineers. They followed the works of Campanus of Novara and crafted magnificent orologia. The Padua clock is one of theirs. It only dawned on me after those fraudsters left me here that I was just bait for the townsfolk. They were after the plans, though perhaps revenge was part of it too. Revenge against my family.
What do you mean? They wanted revenge?
My family was successful, and success breeds resentment. The Padua expedition was led by Camillo Valla, one of my father's former students. He must have realized the Kuttenberg clock was structurally unique, so he took the plans.
And destroyed the mechanism too, so he could pass the plans off as his own work.
Sadly, yes. But I have no news he ever earned any real fame with them. And they left me here, in a foreign land, with a sullied, famous name. They ruined my life. It must have broken my father's heart. I was not even allowed to attend his funeral while I was being held here. It broke me. For good.
The bailiff said you were given all the clock plans back then. Where did they end up?
In Padua, most likely. Look, I had no idea what they were up to. I was the youngest. They did not trust me with anything. You've probably heard how those swindlers ruined me. Cazzo! Luckily, the Lord gave me a decent memory. It is all up here, in my head. Down to the last cog.
Would you be able to share those plans with me? Maybe recreate them from memory?
Perché? It would be pointless work.
They'd help me with the repairs.
They would not. Sadly, after the sabotage by my unruly countrymen, fixing the clock will take more than old plans.
So what exactly do I need to repair the clock, aside from your expertise?
You will need a mechanism called an astrolabe. Its measurements are transferred via a gear train to the main mechanism, which sets the movement in motion with a folio and weights. Without that astrolabe, the heart of any clock, all other work is futile, and crafting one is no easy task.
I've got the heart of the clock. It sat in a burgher's house for 20 years.
Now that is good news. That gives us a foundation to build on. If it still works, of course.
I wouldn't know, but I hope so.
Next, you will need a set of weights, precisely calibrated and cast according to the old machine's designs.
I don't have the weights yet.
If we do not have the weights, we have a problem. Hopefully they are in those old designs. In any case, in the end we will need to build that folio-driven escapement ourselves. My countrymen dismantled most of it and took it away. But luckily, part of it remained. For the final stage of the repair, we will need some smithing. But more importantly, a truly skilled mechanic. Or a locksmith, if you prefer.
I thought that was you.
No. I can design it, calculate it, set it up. But the hands-on work will require someone exceptionally handy.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, you will find someone. The masters at the guild know their craft, do they not?
So what else is needed for the repair?
You said you have got the astrolabe. That is very Then we will need that set of weights.
How'd you like living in Kuttenberg?
Honestly? At first it was not easy. I was more or less a prisoner in this town. They wanted ransom for me. Dragged me around. Threatened to send me to the mines. Can you imagine? Me! Digging! Luckily I noticed the machines they used in the treadmills were hopelessly outdated. So I suggested an improvement. And just like that, their tune changed. Since then, they have treated me entirely differently. So I probably owe everything here to my talent. Since then, I have somewhere to live, something to do, and really, I miss nothing. Except for home. Just a little.
Thanks. I'll come back once I've got everything we need.
Va bene. Come back with that locksmith. We'll talk it all over with the road. I hope our new collaborator...
Did you look through those documents from your husband's estate?
Yeah, it was hellish work. So many sketches and doodles. I couldn't even tell what half of them were supposed to be. Even the parchment alone must have cost a fortune. I've no idea where the old man kept getting it.
And did you find anything that might relate to the clock?
Here's some calculations and diagrams. I don't understand much of it, but it looks like a set of weights.
Thanks. I also spoke with one of those Italians who botched the repair back then.
I heard one of them stayed behind.
He's willing to help us.
If you think he'll help. I'll leave it to you. Well now, if you need those weights cast, Eldris might be able to help. He's pretty pricey, and always up to his neck in work. But truth be told, I don't know any other founder in Kuttenberg. His workshop's just down by the stream, at the bottom of Hopbrink.
God bless you.
Excuse me? Oh mein Gott, I'm awfully hungry.
Should I go and get some?
Was möchtest du?
I need something cast from you.
Entschuldigung. I'd be happy to cast whatever you need. But right now, I just can't.
Why not?
We've got a contract from the town. Loads of work. The furnaces are running full tilt. Verdammte Scheiße. We don't even get to breathe. And then there is that...
Who's Pushko?
Mein Geselle. Apprentice. He's gone missing, and now we can't... I sent him to Grund. Zur Abmessung der Glocke. To measure the bell. I lent him my horse, so he'd be back quick. But he's still... And there's just no one to hire.
What if I went and found that apprentice of yours?
Wait a moment. Du bist der neue Meister. You'll find Pushko. If you find Pushko, the first thing you'll tell him is to cast whatever you want.
Where should I look for him?
Was weiß ich? You should... Na ja, der Priest in Grund...
Did Pushko have anything valuable with him? Something...
Valuable? Ist wertvoll.
All right.
Gott sei Dank. Hopefully...
At your service, sir.
God be with you. What do you need?
I'm looking for the apprentice, Pushko, from Master Founder Eldris of Kuttenberg. I heard he was supposed to stop by to measure the bell.
Aye, he was here. Came on a fine horse and did his job well. Climbed the tower and measured everything carefully. But then he went to the tavern. I warned him not to. Told him he shouldn't do that. He wouldn't listen.
Why shouldn't he go to the tavern?
Because he openly said he planned to play dice. And gambling brings misfortune. It seemed to weigh on his soul a bit afterwards, because he came to confess the next morning.
And then?
Then nothing. I went about my rounds in the village as usual. I did spot him later, walking towards that long forest, stretching from the charcoal burners all the way southwest to the Wolf Mountains. He was walking slowly, on foot, and for some reason, he was carrying a rope slung over his shoulder.
You let him go?
Now, why shouldn't I have?
What if he was off to string himself up from the nearest tree with that rope?
Wait, you mean that he might have... No, surely not. He can't do that. It's against the Lord.
What exactly did he tell you?
I can't reveal that.
What? Why?
Well, essentially it was part of a confession, so I'm bound by the seal of confession.
Secrets or not, this is about someone's life. You said it was essentially part of a confession, so was it a confession or not?
Well, we were talking...
Then you can speak freely.
Well, Pushko confided in me that in the evening he was playing dice, and as the beer flowed, the stakes got higher until Pushko... So he wagered his horse.
But that wasn't his horse.
Exactly. After confession the next morning. But would he really go and hang himself over?
I'm going to find him.
May all the saints...
There now. Quick!
Pushko! Pushko! Eldris is looking for you.
No one here either. Quick!
Pushko! 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 Hey! Eldris sent me! Life's beautiful! Don't do anything stupid!
God's wounds! Damn, you made me jump!
You're Pushko?
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm Henry. Eldris sent me. I needed him to cast something for me, but he says he can't manage without you.
Jesus.
I get it. First you need to...
Oh, Jesus. I'm just a bloody fool. If I go back with... But...
What do you mean?
He's always sending me to measure bell, and the journey's always boring as hell. If he'd finally... Oh, and I don't have to do...
So what's your plan?
I'll start shouting at them to... When they run after me, they'll trip over the rope and I'll use the charm.
What if they don't trip over?
Why wouldn't they?
Well, one of them might run a bit later and dodge it. You're just asking for a...
Then what am I supposed to do?
When the priest told me you took a rope and headed for the...
I'd never do that. Suicides go straight to hell. I actually had...
Couldn't you just pay Eldris off?
Ha! What world do you live in? Do you know...
I've got a bit of coin.
I can't accept that. We barely know each other.
You know what? Better...
You do that.
Yeah, I'm good with this.
Well...
I'd like to ask about the horse.
Go and see our foreman. It's his horse.
I heard you won the horse.
That's right.
Trouble is, the horse doesn't belong to the apprentice.
Then he shouldn't have played. The lads have taken a liking to him.
Look, the lad just made us... Don't tell me you've never done something stupid.
Sure. But why should I be the one paying for...
Well, that stupid mistake could ruin his life. How about doing a good deed and just...
Oh, all right. And tell that apprentice not to gamble again. Hey, come on!
Everything all right, eh? Whoa. Here's Eldris's Bentley.
Oh, you saved my neck, mate. Let's get out of here quick before anything else goes wrong. Will you ride with me to Eldris?
Sure. Let's go.
At least it'll pass faster that way.
So I found Pushko for you. Alive, well, and with Bentley.
Pushko! Where have you been with my horse all this time?
Well,
It wasn't his fault. There's a band of bandits around Grund, and they spotted him riding. I found him in the woods, crouched in fear. He didn't know what to do. Luckily...
Vielen Dank, mein Freund. I'll make sure everyone... I'll sing your praises.
Now you've got your apprentice back, can we sort out the cat?
Ja, natürlich. I keep my word.
Eldris said I'm supposed to talk to you about the castle.
yeah, if you give me the drawings, but be ready to pay through the nose. If I had my own workshop, it'd be different. After what you... If you ever get one, let me know.
I've already opened one.
Well, I'll be. What are you waiting?
How about you come and work for me? In my...
Jesus Christ, yes, but... Never mind. I'll handle it somehow. Thank you. Eldris?
Ja, Pushko?
You remember how we talked about how if I got a better job somewhere, you'd let me go?
Na, und?
Well, that just happened.
Aber wo? Bei wem?
Master Henry has opened a foundry and he wants me to work for him. And I agreed.
Warum, Pushko? Warum?
I told you I want to cast guns. You never let me near them.
Weil es schwer ist. Du bist nicht bereit. You're not ready.
Well, I say I am. And I'll prove it to you. You'll see.
Then go. Geh dorthin.
I will. Right now.
Du wirst brennen. Ihr fliegt beide in die Luft. And I will laugh.
We'll see about that.
Verdammter Wettbewerb. Bloody competition.
May God...
Give you health, sir.
How's trade?
I've got the coin for you here.
Thank you very much.
Hey there.
I need you to cast weights for me.
Weights, eh? What for? It would be useful to know.
It's for the repair of the astronomical clock. I've got the designs. Any problem with that?
No, I'll take care of it like I promised.
Here you go.
That'll need to be really precise. I can manage, but it'll take a bit. You know what? I'll get started right away.
Everything all right, eh? Ah!
You're in for an
Whoa!
May God give you health, sir.
Is there something interesting around here?
You mean besides the army camp that used to take up...
You're glad it's gone, eh?
What can I tell you? As soon as the army appeared...
What do you mean?
It used to be a peaceful village. And have you seen what it looks like?
I just saw remains of an abandoned village.
Exactly. A deserted and empty place.
The soldiers did that?
There was no attack. People just chose to leave on their own, but it's probably better than waiting for someone to come and take everything.
Who's responsible for the burned-out cottage?
Devil only knows. Maybe bandits or some... or they wanted to take it.
And why do you stay?
I live away from the village.
So you were lucky, weren't
you? You think? That one camp pillaged the whole county. They cut down a big chunk of the forest and to feed all those hungry mouths, they hunted down everything that... There used to be deer, wild boar and hares. So many you could...
I think I'll go back to a part of it.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You're right.
That's right.
Can I spend the night? I'll pay you well if you let me.
But all I have is an old...
That's enough for me, and I'll... Agreed. I hope that'll be enough.
Thank you. And a good... Reese, man.
This could...
What would you like?
So where exactly are you from?
Well, it's honestly a boring... Ever since I was little, I like chucking stuff in the fire and
What everything would melt and take a new shape.
I suppose I...
My pa was a merchant, so although, who wants to cast spells when you could be...
Henry, duty... Yeah, Henry? Come on, Henry. How long are you going to make me yell?
Amen.
God be with you.
How are those weights, Pushko?
Done. Full set. It's on the bench. Bit of a fiddly job. Especially, it's a good thing I could cast it here. You'd have paid through the nut. Now you've got the weights, I reckon.
Yeah, not quite. I'm still missing the most important bit.
Well, at least you've got someone to ask. Stand will be glad.
You're right about that. I got my hands on an interesting sketch of a new weapon.
That'll do. Let me see.
This here. What do you think?
Aye, that looks interesting.
Thanks.
Deal.
God bless.
I had the weights cast based on...
I noticed. You really are a man of action. Just like... only the lot.
What's the last step?
To put the clock together, in short. Back in the old days, at least we could get a good look at the clock. But I've heard since those Italians, you made everything you could based on our old sketches. But you're...
I know someone like that. One of the Italians stayed in Kuttenberg. I spoke with him, and he said he remembers everything.
But you're still going to need someone who...
That's what the Italians...
Someone handy. Who's... Someone...
You have someone in mind?
Aye. His name is Wolf.
That apprentice goldsmith who was working with you?
That's the one. It might have... Before I left Kuttenberg, I heard he started getting involved in... They say he can open any chest. He worked for anyone who had the coin. And if he wasn't happy with how much he got...
Is he even still alive?
I couldn't tell you. But I reckon he's doing just fine for himself. Living it.
Do we really need this Wolf fella?
I'm afraid he's the only person who really knows.
And what if someone else learned how?
It would take much longer than convincing Wolf to work with us.
What does Wolf look like?
I haven't seen him in 20 years, so I don't know. Not a little ginger. Like fire. And from what I remember, he didn't exactly talk like one of that.
Where can I find him?
You'll have to look for him. But I reckon people connected to shady dealings around. He used to be there all the time, day and night.
I'll go and find Wolf then.
Best of luck.
out of their bloody mind.
I'm looking for a fella by the name of Wolf.
Wolf? Why are you after that animal?
I need something from him.
I doubt he'll be... You definitely won't find him here. He's banned from the hole.
Banned? Someone's banned from this tavern?
Wolf is. Believe it or not, he's such a... Pig. The regulars complained about the smell. And he used to be quite the big shot. When he earned something, he'd buy rounds. Now he just begs, always drunk. What if you're expecting anything from him?
Where would I find him?
No idea where he might be loafing about. Among the beggars.
And where's that?
They've got their bloody tents by the walls. By the monastery gate in the northeast corner.
What does Wolf even look?
Foul. He turned...
Wouldn't you have a more precise...
You'll likely know him by his red mop.
Don't you know someone who...
No. Maybe our mutual friend the Ragman. I'd try him. If it...
All right.
If you do find him...
God bless.
I need to find someone. His name is Wolf.
The former goldsmith's apprentice who turned locksmith? Moravian? Redhead with thieving fingers?
Aye, that one. I thought you might know something about him.
I'm not going to ask what you want with him. That's your business. But as far as I know, he hasn't practiced the trade in a while.
I just need to find him. Will you help me?
Try looking in the beggars' dens by the wall in the cobbler's quarter, near the gate to the lower town. But it likely won't be easy with him. Word is he's taken to drink and is rarely sober, unless you manage to drag him out of that drunken stupor of his.
Bless Henry.
Greetings.